25 things Grandma cleaned with vinegar that brands don't want you doing. In 1952, your grandmother cleaned the whole house with one cheap bottle of vinegar. Windows, floors, bathroom, kitchen, everything. Today, the average American family spends about $280 a year on cleaners, and a lot of it is just paying for scent, dye, and a nicer label. Here's the twist. Vinegar still works, but only if you use it the way Grandma did. The secret isn't more vinegar, it's how long you let it sit, and when you don't mix it with other stuff. And wait for number 3, because most people make one mistake that cancels the whole effect. Now let's count down the 25 vinegar cleaning tricks that vanished from American homes. Number 25, newspaper and vinegar for windows. Before, commercial glass cleaners showed up in every kitchen. Your mom cleaned windows with crumpled newspaper and white vinegar in a spray bottle. And they looked better. She'd spray straight vinegar, or mix it half and half with water, then wipe with yesterday's newspaper wadded up. The trick? The carbon in newsprint ink acted as a mild polishing agent, while the vinegar cut grease. That acidic bite dissolved everything without leaving film. No streaks, no residue. A quart of vinegar cost maybe 20 cents in 1955 and lasted 6 months. Modern glass cleaners run $4 to $5 for small bottles, and leave that film, you have to buff away. Vinegar and newsprint, pennies per window, perfect shine every single time. Number 24, half vinegar, half water, all-purpose spray. That spray bottle under your mom's sink held one thing, equal parts white vinegar and water. That's it. She'd spray counters, wipe the stove, clean the refrigerator door, everything. For tough grease, she'd add 3 drops of dish soap. The vinegar broke down grease at the molecular level, turning it into smaller particles that wiped away clean. It was food safe, no chemical smell, no rinsing required. A gallon of vinegar made dozens of spray bottles. You could clean for a year on a few dollars. All-purpose cleaners today cost $4 to $6 for tiny bottles. We're paying dramatically more for products that don't work better than what Grandma mixed in 30 seconds. Number 23, coffee pot descaling. When your dad's percolator got slow and the coffee tasted bitter, your mom didn't buy descaler. She filled the reservoir with equal parts vinegar and water, ran half a brew cycle, let it sit 1 hour, then finished the cycle. You had 2 more pots of plain water, and it was done. That white, crusty buildup is calcium carbonate. Vinegar's acetic acid dissolves it through a simple chemical reaction. Rinse, and it's gone. Commercial descaler costs $7 to $9 today. Your grandmother's method cost pennies worth of vinegar and worked identically. Number 22, showerhead overnight soak. When the showerhead clogged and water sprayed sideways, your mom didn't replace it. She filled a plastic sandwich bag 1/3 with baking soda, added a cup of vinegar, rubber banded it around the showerhead overnight. By morning, every mineral deposit had dissolved. The fizzing reaction physically loosened debris while the vinegar dissolved calcium buildup. She'd wipe it clean and the water pressure came back perfect. A new showerhead costs $20 to $60. Grandma's overnight soak, less than $1, and she never replaced a showerhead in 40 years. Number 21, fabric softener replacement. Before the fabric softener industry convinced America that laundry needed a third product, your grandmother added half a cup of white vinegar to the rinse cycle. It removed detergent residue, eliminated static, and made towels absorbent again. Commercial fabric softener coats fibers with waxy chemicals that make towels repel water. Vinegar rinses clean. Clothes came out soft because they were actually clean, not coated. A jug of fabric softener runs around $12. Vinegar costs under $3 for a gallon that lasts months. But more importantly, your towels will actually dry you. Number 20, microwave steam cleaning. First pattern break. Okay, here's where things get interesting. When your microwave got splattered with spaghetti sauce baked on for 3 days, your mom put 2 inches of undiluted vinegar in a bowl and microwaved it for 2 minutes. She left the door closed for 5 minutes while the steam worked. Then she wiped. Everything slid off. No scrubbing. Here's what's wild. Consumer testing labs found the vinegar steam penetrated baked on food faster because the acid breaks down organic matter while heat accelerated the reaction. Commercial microwave cleaner spray costs around $5. 2 inches of vinegar costs under 10 cents. But here's the kicker. The spray leaves chemical residue where you heat your food. Vinegar is edible. Your grandmother was cleaning with something safer than what you eat. We forgot that mattered. Number 19. Dishwasher monthly rinse. One of your mom filled a coffee mug 2/3 full with white vinegar, put it on the top rack, and ran the empty dishwasher on the hottest cycle once a month. The vinegar dissolved soap scum, removed hard water deposits from the heating element, and cleaned the spray arms. Dishwashers in the 1960s lasted 20 years because women maintained them. Today's last 7 years, and we buy special dishwasher cleaner for $6. Grandma's monthly vinegar rinse cost $0.25, and her Maytag ran for 2 decades. Number 18. Toilet bowl overnight treatment. When the toilet ring wouldn't budge, your grandmother sprinkled baking soda in the bowl, poured a cup of undiluted vinegar, let it fizz for 30 minutes, scrubbed once, and flushed. The baking soda provided gentle abrasion. The vinegar dissolved mineral deposits. Together, they removed stains that blue cleaners just cover with dye. Commercial toilet bowl cleaner costs $3 to $4 and contains harsh acids. Grandma's method, pennies, and safe enough. She wasn't terrified of splashes. Number 17. Drain maintenance fizz. Before chemical drain cleaners became the default, your mom prevented clogs with half a cup of baking soda, followed by a cup of vinegar every month. She'd let it fizz for 10 minutes, then flush with a kettle of boiling water. The fizzing action physically dislodged hair and soap scum. The boiling water melted grease. The vinegar kept everything flowing. Chemical drain cleaner costs $6 to $8 and contains harsh chemicals. Your grandmother's preventive method cost less than 50 cents, and she never needed a plumber. We wait for disaster, then pay for dangerous products, she maintained. There's the difference. Number 16. Cutting board sanitizer. After cutting raw chicken, your mom sprayed the cutting board with undiluted vinegar, let it sit 5 minutes, then rinsed. Food science research documented that vinegar reduces common food bacteria on cutting boards when given proper contact time. And it's food. You're about to chop vegetables on that board. Your grandmother sanitized with something edible? We spray commercial sanitizers and wonder why everything has that chemical aftertaste. Number 15. Stainless steel polish. Second pattern break. Controversy. Now here's where the industry gets interesting. When fingerprints covered the refrigerator door or the kitchen sink looked dull, your mom sprayed undiluted vinegar and wiped with the grain using a clean cloth. The stainless steel gleamed. No streaks. Were no buildup. But in 1958, major cleaning brands launched with massive TV campaigns suggesting magical cleaning power. The message was clear. Homemade solutions lacked professional strength. Consumer researchers later documented that companies positioned branded cleaners as helping busy mothers, subtly making vinegar seem old-fashioned or insufficient. Sales doubled. We paid for products that worked the same as what Grandma mixed in 30 seconds. Multi-surface cleaners today cost $4 to $5 for small bottles. Vinegar costs under $3 for a gallon. Your grandmother polished stainless steel perfectly without the marketing budget. Anyway, number 14. Hard water stain removal. When hard water left white, crusty buildup on faucets. Your grandmother wrapped a rag soaked in vinegar around the faucet and left it overnight. By morning, the calcium deposits had dissolved completely. She'd wipe it away. For shower doors covered in soap scum, she sprayed undiluted vinegar, let it sit 30 minutes, then scrubbed. The acid broke down the mineral and soap residue. Commercial hard water removers cost $5 to $6. Grandma's overnight vinegar soak cost less than 15 cents and worked the same. One just came with cartoon characters and a price markup. Number 13, steam iron descaling. If your mom ironed, and most did because permanent press fabrics didn't exist until 1964, she descaled her steam iron every few months. She filled the reservoir with undiluted vinegar, steamed over the sink for 10 minutes, then flushed with clean water. The mineral deposits that clogged steam vents dissolved completely. Irons lasted 30 years. She didn't replace things, she revived them. Today we buy iron cleaner or replace the iron every 5 years. Your grandmother spent pennies on vinegar, and her iron ran for 3 decades. That's not nostalgia. That's maintenance versus replacement. Number 12. Laundry pre-soak for sweat stains. When shirt collars yellowed or underarms stained, your mom soaked the garment in undiluted vinegar before washing. The acid neutralized the compounds from bacterial decomposition of sweat. Those yellow stains come from bacteria, not sweat itself. Vinegar addressed the source chemically. Stain removers today cost $9 to $12 for bottles. Vinegar costs under $3 for a gallon. Pennies per pre-soak versus dollars per bottle. But more importantly, vinegar neutralizes rather than just bleaching. Number 11. Room deodorizer that actually works. When the house smelled like fried fish or burned popcorn, your grandmother didn't spray aerosols. She put a small bowl of undiluted vinegar in the room overnight. By morning, the smell was gone. Not masked. Gone. The acid reacts with odor compounds, neutralizing them chemically. It destroys smell at the molecular level. Commercial air fresheners cost $4 to $6 and work by covering odor with fragrance. The smell is still there, just hidden. Vinegar eliminates the odor. A few cents worth of vinegar in a bowl. Your grandmother understood the difference between masking and removing. Number 10. Vinegar kills bacteria. But here's what they don't tell you. Third pattern, break. Scientific validation. Your grandmother used vinegar for cleaning because it worked. Decades later, research hospitals tested it properly. Studies at major medical institutions found that vinegar's acetic acid kills common household bacteria when given adequate contact time. But here's the critical finding that explains everything. They tested regular acid at the same strength. It did far less. The killing power isn't just the H. It's the specific acetic acid molecule that disrupts bacterial function. Your grandfather didn't know this in 1955, but he knew surfaces came out clean. Turns out he was right for reasons scientists only documented decades later. Meanwhile, we buy antimicrobial sprays for $8 to $10 that do what vinegar did for pennies. Quick safety note Grandma always followed. Never use vinegar on marble, granite, or natural stone, and it'll etch the surface. Never mix vinegar with bleach. That creates toxic gas. And vinegar isn't instant. It needs a few minutes to work. Grandma knew these rules without reading labels. Number 9. Garbage disposal odor elimination. When the disposal smelled like rotting food, your mom poured half a cup of baking soda down the drain, followed by a cup of vinegar. She let it fizz for 10 minutes, then flushed with boiling water and threw in lemon peels. The fizzing action cleaned the rubber gasket where bacteria hid. The vinegar addressed odor-causing bacteria. The boiling water sanitized. Disposal cleaning products cost around $6 for pods. Your grandmother's method cost less than 50 cents, and she saved the lemon peels from breakfast. Nothing wasted. Everything worked. Number 8. Wallpaper removal. Before steamer rentals and chemical strippers, your mom removed old wallpaper, with equal parts boiling water and vinegar sprayed on scored wallpaper. She'd wait 10 minutes, then scrape. The acid dissolved the wheat paste glue that held wallpaper to walls. Commercial wallpaper remover costs $15 to $20. Vinegar and water cost a few dollars. Your grandmother saved money and didn't breathe chemical fumes for 3 days. Number 7. Shower curtain mold removal. When the plastic shower curtain grew black mold in the folds, your mom didn't throw it away. She ran it through the washing machine with a quarter cup of white vinegar on cold cycle. The curtain came out clean. That black stuff is mildew. Vinegar addresses mold and mildew on washable surfaces. Shower curtains cost $12 to $15 now. Grandma's vinegar wash cost pennies, and that curtain lasted 5 years. We've been trained to replace instead of clean. Number 6. Linoleum floor mopping. Before modern floor cleaners, linoleum was the floor covering in American kitchens. Your grandmother mopped it once a week with 1 cup of vinegar per gallon of warm water. The acid cut grease, removed scuff marks, and left no residue. Linoleum is made from linseed oil and natural materials. Harsh cleaners destroy it. Vinegar's mild acidity cleaned without damage. Floor cleaners cost $4 to $6 for bottles. A gallon of vinegar makes a dozen floor moppings for under $3. Barely different in cost, but commercial cleaners leave a film that builds up. Vinegar rinses completely clean. Number 5. Fruit and vegetable wash. Fourth pattern break, the shift nobody talks about. Before pre-washed salad and specialty sprays, your grandmother filled the sink with cold water, added 1 cup of vinegar, and soaked fruits and vegetables for 10 minutes before rinsing. Testing showed vinegar reduces surface bacteria on produce. Vegetable wash spray cost $6 to $8 for small bottles. Grandma's sink full of vinegar water cost under 10 cents. But here's what happened. In 1926, the cleaning products industry founded trade organizations. By 1927, they created programs to teach hygiene in schools. This was industry-supported education designed to promote commercial products. By the 2000s, these organizations spent hundreds of thousands on lobbying and industry advocacy. Your grandmother washed vegetables in vinegar because it worked and cost nothing. An entire marketing infrastructure developed around creating specialized products for every task. But the basic chemistry says vinegar still works. Number 4, pet urine and carpet stain remover. When the dog had an accident, your mom mixed equal parts vinegar and water in a spray bottle, soaked the stain, waited 10 minutes, blotted it dry, then sprinkled baking soda and vacuumed after 30 minutes. The vinegar neutralized the ammonia in urine. The baking soda absorbed remaining moisture and odor. Commercial pet stain removers cost $9 to $12 for bottles. Grandma's method cost pennies because the chemistry was simple. Vinegar neutralizes ammonia. That's basic acid-base reaction. Number 3, baking soda and vinegar for drains only. This is the most misunderstood cleaning trick in history. Your grandmother used baking soda and vinegar only for drains. Half a cup of baking soda, then a cup of vinegar, fizz for 10 minutes, flush with boiling water. Everyone copies this for everything now. Counters, tubs, ovens. But here's the chemistry. When you mix them, they create sodium acetate, water, and carbon dioxide. Once the bubbling stops, chemists document you essentially have salty water. The resulting liquid has virtually no cleaning power. But in a drain, the carbon dioxide pressure physically dislodges debris. The fizzing action is mechanical, not chemical. Your grandmother knew this instinctively. She used them together for drains because the fizz mattered. She used them separately everywhere else because each one's chemistry worked individually. We mix them for everything because it looks powerful. She understood the science without knowing the words. That's the difference between wisdom and viral videos. Number 2, mirror and glass cleaner that leaves 0 streaks. Your mom mixed 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water in a spray bottle and wiped mirrors with a lint-free cloth. For tough jobs, she went 1-to-1. 0 streaks, 0 film, 0 residue. The secret was simple chemistry. Commercial glass cleaners contain surfactants and fragrance. When they dry, those chemicals leave microscopic residue. Vinegar is acetic acid and water. When it evaporates, nothing remains. That's why mirrors stayed clean longer. Commercial glass cleaners cost $4 to $5 for small bottles. Vinegar solution costs pennies per bottle. Dramatically cheaper. Better result. Your grandmother knew this in 1950. The cleaning industry spent decades convincing you their products worked better. They didn't. Number 1, washing machine monthly cleaning. Every American home has a washing machine that smells like mildew. Your grandmother never had this problem because she poured 2 cups of vinegar directly into the empty drum and ran a hot cycle once a month. The vinegar dissolved soap scum, removed limescale buildup on the heating element, killed mold in the rubber gasket, and cleaned the drum completely. Front loaders today are mold factories because we use cold water and concentrated detergent that doesn't rinse away. Washing machine cleaner cost $9 to $12 for a few tablets. Grandma's monthly vinegar cycle cost pennies, and her machine smelled fresh for 30 years. This isn't about being old-fashioned. This is about a woman who understood that maintenance costs less than replacement, and clean means no residue, not fragrance covering up buildup. Here's my challenge. Try one of these this week. Just one. The vinegar spray bottle, the drain fizz, the mirror wipe, the coffee pot descale. Then come back and tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if your grandmother was just being cheap or if she actually knew something we've been convinced to forget. Because people are testing these. They're working, and they cost pennies compared to what's under your sink right now. Share which one you're going to try in the comments. I want to see if the washing machine cleaning gets more love than the pet stain remover. I want to know if anyone else's grandmother kept vinegar in a spray bottle on the counter for 40 years. And because these weren't just cleaning tricks, they were chemistry that worked. Your grandmother knew. Now you know too.